Hi there, Grapeshot here with another game of Mechabellum. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, I think this is a slam dunk aerial specialist. This Sabertooth specialist is also really good. Actually, this cost control is also pretty good. Yeah, I think all three of these are good, but with my style, I'd probably mostly just prefer to do this aerial specialist. We're against Amp Steel Ball. So, definitely pretty happy about our starting units. Against Steel Ball, we could maybe consider going Hound instead of Arclight. Or we could even do, yeah, our opponent doesn't run missiles. We could even do Fang Carry here. I don't really like Fang Carry in general, but against Steel Ball Hound, it's a lot better. I think I'll probably stick with Arclights. Arclights are going to be a lot stronger if our opponent goes heavily into Hounds, and it's also going to be a lot stronger if our opponent is playing Wraith. Obviously, we're just always going to be playing on the left here. Yeah, nothing too interesting yet. We have like a forced brawl. I really dislike this map actually, just because you're always going to know which side to start on. Kind of takes away some of the turn 1 swings you can have. But Steel Balls are going to be pretty hard to beat on turn 1 no matter what. Okay, the Fang is alright. Our opponent probably takes this Marksman a lot, just because we're aerial spec. We could also go into Void Eye as our damage carry. It's pretty good. Or we just take the Fangs. I think it's between these two for us. We probably want to skip on the Marksman. I think I'd like to be using a pretty early... Or we could just take this and sell. Now let's go for the Fangs. The Fangs are pretty decent. We want to get more Arclights down in the early game. And definitely want lots of Crawlers. Oh, surprised to see he goes Phoenix. Okay, well, I kind of wanted to go Raid in this turn. The reason I couldn't was because there was a unit drop, and we definitely want to be selling on this side when our opponent levels this tower. We definitely always need to be selling on this side when there is no units deployed on that side. Obviously, we can beat the Phoenix with just our Fangs, but I think going Raiden is going to be a lot more reliable. This will be really close, actually. It depends on the debuff timings, but I actually think our Fangs are going to win this pretty often. They just need to be able to get through to this. I guess they don't have enough time. Tragic. Well, we'll go Raiden. Currently, Raiden seeming insane. It's good against everything on our opponent's board. Oh, Dominion Core Raiden? Yeah, let's do it. We could go an Arclight on this side. We could go another Crawler over here. Actually, yeah, this Crawler seems like the best play. He has a lot of damage on this cluster right here. Okay, yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. He puts his amp cores onto his hounds. I don't know if he'd already did that. If he had, I didn't notice until now. And then he goes Dominion Core Phoenix with no jump drive. That is a crazy play because this unit can't be shielded. Well, I am definitely going to try and be killing this. This is like a risky maneuver by my opponent. Yeah, this is great. We're gonna pressure this pretty hard. Improved Wraith, super heavy. Yeah, none of this really matters. We have too many Arclights to go improved Wraith. I think I'm going to use Mustang to pressure this. Something like this. And then we obviously need to defend this side of our tower a little bit. He's selling out of steel balls, so we could maybe sell out of our sledgehammers. I don't know if it's necessary to do that yet, though. But that does make me feel a little bit more comfortable putting a level into this sledgehammer just for this turn as a way to put more net worth onto the battlefield. Okay, so we're definitely going to want to go more Raidens at some point. Looks like we can pretty much lock in on Crawler Arclight Raiden as our strategy. It's going to be really strong against what our opponent is doing. Yeah, we pretty much just want to try and make these Phoenixes uncomfortable. Obviously, we're not going to be able to kill them this turn, but we want to set ourselves up so that we can make pretty easy plays to try and kill them. Oh my goodness, it was mid-attack animation to kill this. That was pretty tough. Yeah. Woo! Fortified Arclight, no, we're just skipping this turn. The question is, do we want to go range Raiden or Shockwave Arclight first? I think probably just going Shockwave Arclight earlier on is gonna be better. And then, let me see. If I put a Crawler here, this still attacks this. Could put a Crawler here. A Crawler here seems pretty reasonable. And then one more Arclight like up here. take our Arclight levels. I'm actually gonna take range this turn, I think. Well, no, let's do this instead. Let's sell this Raiden and take HP. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Okay, where did he put the amp for? He goes into the anti-air marksman. I don't see it. Maybe he just didn't place it at all. Yeah, he might have just taken it off the board for the turn. Yeah, he just took it off. That's okay. Okay, well, this nuke is pretty scary. So I'm actually gonna do something like this. And then we will definitely range and pick up another Raiden down here. One more Arclight. And let's put a crawler down on this side. That seems pretty reasonable. He took the super heavy armor, so I wonder what he's planning on going with these items. I guess maybe it's gonna be Overlord. It's probably Overlord. Yeah, it's gotta be that he's planning on going Overlord. So I think that we can just beat the Overlords with our Raidens. I don't think we really need to make an adjustment to that. Oh, it's not Overlord, it's Sandworm. Okay, so we'll go into Steel Ball most likely to deal with this Sandworm. We did strengthen our position on this side a little bit, so especially pulling this Raiden over here. We could also be going into Wasp, but we should probably play something that can kill this Sandworm either way. Wow, yeah, we really need something that can kill this. It's very big. Steel Ball seems alright. The Wasps get offered. So do a bunch of things that are good against Wasp, though. I think I'll take the Wasp either way. Let's actually go both Wasps on this side, just to pressure the marksmen that are already deployed. And then we could go double Steel Ball. Let's actually do this instead. Let's go triple Steel Ball this turn. No, that doesn't quite work. We can go double Steel Ball. And then do we want to take range on our Steel Balls this turn? I think that taking range is pretty important. Let's do damage for now. Probably enhancing range this turn is going to be good. So he's going to bring these across, and then did he deploy the... No, he's just not using... He's just not using it. Interesting. I don't know if not using this Dominion Core is very reasonable. But our opponent is fully into Sandworm now. Alright, well that was a very big swing in our favor. Not getting levels on this has been not so great for us. orbital or incendiary. The incendiary is not very good. Our opponent probably takes this barrier sometimes. He can put the barrier here. I think that we're going to have to be doing this either way. Let's see, we put a crawler down here. And then two more steel balls. And then we need our shields. I mean, if he's going to be orbitaling, it's definitely going to be on the side with the wasps, I assume. So let's do just one shield and then take our arc light level. And then I'm actually going to drag this away to dodge the orbital. He oils here. That's a very interesting play. So far, this looks pretty good for us. We definitely have to be conscious of this getting ignited next turn. And he did rapid resupply, so a win here would be really big for us. Oh! Wait. I don't really understand what happened there. Can I get this tower with this mobilized battleship without this turning? I think I probably can. If I do this, it'll hit the crawler. Let's do this. Definitely need to resupply this turn. And I finally got this level up. This level up's pretty big. I think I want to go shield wasp this turn. I think that aerial chaff is just going to be really strong. Yeah, let's put this like here. And missile this crawler. He goes anti-air on his Farseers. Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, our Wasp shield play is going to be really good against that. I see. He did this backtrack play in case we tried to go for the Overlord play, which I thought about doing, but I really felt like it wasn't going to work. I felt like his marksman would turn before it would get the tower locked. But yeah, this turn's looking pretty great for us. Is that lethal? Oh, not quite. Rhinos, Vulcans. It's probably gonna be the Rhino. This tower leveled? This tower isn't leveled. The melting point is... it's okay against the sandworms, but he's been moving out of sandworm. Yeah, let's do these rhinos. Honestly, let's just play fully to our strong side this turn. Crawler's actually looking pretty strong over here. Yeah, he does go into multi-melter. And the multi-melter play is, like, okay, but we made a pretty good play in doing the crawler strong on this side this turn to counter it. And then next turn we can beat it really well by going more into steel balls and going mech dev. Yeah, this mobile beacon we made from left to right to, like, protect our Dominion core was gonna be really vital in winning the game here. If we don't make that play, we just lose this turn. Yeah, that's reasonable. Let's take a look at the battlefield. Yeah, I think that our opponent got baited into this Dominion core because he knew that we were going to get to do something powerful like Dominion core Raiden, and he felt like, oh, if I don't, like, make a play to compete with that, I'm going to get into trouble. And then he saw me immediately start to pressure his Dominion core and kind of panicked. And then, like, this is way too expensive to turn into dead net worth. The sandworm play was pretty good, but we reacted really fast, and that allowed us to stabilize. We kind of, like, did not play the Dominion core optimally. I think we should have placed this unit further back and prioritized going more Raidens with range earlier on. But I felt like the turn that the Farseer was offered was probably the biggest mistake my opponent made. I think he definitely should have been worried about me going Wasp and taking the Typhoon. But honestly, I mean, the Farseer was also okay. The problem with Farseer is it kind of does the same thing as Marksman. And so, like, he ended up really vulnerable to these Wasps with shields as, like, a secondary chaff unit for me. This last turn, this Rhino play, I should have foreseen, like, Melting Point. I feel like this kind of a Melting Point commit was pretty massive, but my opponent pretty much has to go a giant unit because he has these items sitting on his bench. And given that, like, it's Dominion core, the Melting Point makes a lot of sense. And, like, obviously going Rhino into Melting Point doesn't work very well. Like, I would have still taken Rhino, I think, but I would have put the Rhinos on this side, and I would have gone Steel Balls with Mech Division if I had noticed what he was going to do. I don't think this enhanced armor play was very good. Like, my board had plenty of damage already. I had, like, Steel Ball, Raiden, Wasp all deal, like, okay damage. And this is a really expensive tech to take, right? This is, like, 250 plus 400, 650 to gain 180 damage reduction. I mean, it's, like, okay, but I think that just, like, not taking a triple tech there would have been much stronger. Probably it was too late in the game to try and get out of Sandworm. He was pretty committed and probably just got stuck there. Arclights doing their thing, always being broken. The Subterranean Blitz play, I actually don't know how good that was. It was, like, okay in that, like, the speed boost it's giving is pretty good, and obviously I don't run, like, mechanical division, and I need, like, my board to be moving pretty fast and keeping the crawlers in front of everything, especially against the melting points. And, like, he's a little bit weak to chaff, but they're still getting, are they? Okay, 669, 50% on 381. Okay, no. It was good. It was good. It puts it below the breakpoint of, oh no, it doesn't for this one. So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So less than half of the hounds were affected by that breakpoint, which is definitely not nothing. And we did have two crawlers that we leveled up to level 2 at the end, so that matters. Overall, very good game. Well played by my opponent, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great weekend.